What up, YouTube? It's your boy Dab back again. Little impromptu video. Uh, Recently was just fired the other day by my uncle. Crazy work. Due to an OSHA violation of standing on a chair of trying to get a video at a job site. They tried to spin it with some whole other shit. I'm not even gonna get into that. Complete bullshit, honestly. You know, half of me wants me to like, damn, look into a wrongful termination lawsuit, but at the same time, I know that's not what my grandparents would want. Uh, there's already enough division in our family as it is. I spoke on it in the past, and I'm not gonna be another break in the bridge that's already broken. So I'd rather bring people together, not be childish about certain things. Shit happens. I think they lost out on a great worker. I believed in the company, believed in the vision. I made jokes about my pay, but it was more just because shit, I was getting paid more before, but I believed in what I was doing, and I was like, shit, the money's gonna come. We just got to put in the work, and can't help but feel like it was personal. My manager, I'm not gonna name a name. Uh, we have different, to say the least, different personalities, and we would tend to butt heads. He didn't really like when I, went against what he said, and before I got fired or put me on leave to fire me, what was happening is we were finishing up our job on the job site. I was already at about 9 hours for the day. I don't get paid overtime because I'm salaried, but yet I was getting paid less when I wasn't working 80 hours a week. That's a whole nother conversation to talk about. But they were trying to have me drive back from Milpitas to Hayward when I'm already past my time period to drop off material and another coworker. Me and the coworker drove together with that equipment during the day. We took two separate cars because we had a lot of equipment. I said it makes more sense if I just drive home. It's going to save, more hours, less miles and all that, everything combined. He didn't like that. He was like, "No, no, it's company policy. You have to return it." And I'm like, "Dude, like, all right." So I called the big boss, my uncle, and he sort of doesn't even want to hear it. Um, and when my manager underneath the boss heard that, he was like, "Oh, you overstepped your boundaries. You should have called so and so instead." So I call so and so. He had common sense. He was like, "Yeah, they should have rented out a van for all this equipment. You're using your personal vehicle. You might as well. I'll give the okay to go home." That's that. I did stand on a chair, a wobbly chair, and sort of wobbled, jumped off at one of the locations. I was the main contact at each location, just doing all the talking, doing all the introductions, doing the goodbyes, the follow ups, everything. Just making sure the customer feels comfortable and made sure that they were felt heard. Um, I guess my OSHA violations really rubbed uh, some people on the staff the wrong way to the point that they thought I might be intoxicated. I can tell you this now. I am not doing stuff on the job. I may have, I might dilly and dally on my off time, but on the job, I'm serious. I'm here working. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe because I was singing in the car with a coworker who happens to be African American, and also I'm pretty sure, you know, um, plays for the other side to say the least. And I was singing songs that had to say, I was just singing along, whether it was Queen or whether it's fucking Kanye and is talking about some more controversial shit. I would just sing along, or that's just how I was. I was comfortable with him. I have some reasoning to believe that played a factor. Um, Maybe people saw how I was giving more responsibilities and I was actually delivering on them. They felt threatened, maybe. I'm not too sure. I know I did my job and I know I didn't do anything to put the company at risk. I could say that here, straight faced, look you in the eyes. I'm disappointed on how it was dealt with. Uh, my uncle didn't even call me until after the fact. Go in, like say it's a paid leave, but nah, I knew from the start once I did something that went against what bro said, my manager, and he's like I said, we've butt heads before. He snitched me out, ratted me out, tried to get me fired before, and he just had his, I don't know. And I guess it's a conflict of interest. My uncle can't play favorites, but at the same time, I think it's complete utter bullshit to fire someone for standing on a chair. And if they were to think I was intoxicated, which I was not, why were they so pressed on me driving back not only the equipment but another coworker to the shop? That's where I have an issue. And I also have an issue where he says he contacted the customers, and the customers also corroborated with the stories that were saying I was intoxicated. The customer actually called me that day thanking me for how, awesome of a job I did and how professional everything was and just how awesome, like, he's thankful to work with me and I was a great representative of my company. And it's funny. And I asked him, I was like, were you reached out to by anybody about what occurred that day or anything? He's like, no, what are you talking about? He's a Filipino dude. I'm Filipino. He's like a Filipino uncle. So we connected very quickly. Maybe in a connection that some people might have thought was unusual for a customer because I hugged him. And I also hugged another person that was working at one of the locations because she was my mom's childhood friend from Cagayan de Oro. Shout out to Philippines. And that was just what we do. It wasn't anything weird. Um, Maybe slight use of profanity at certain times. I think everybody on the team does that. Thing is, they never really gave me a written out summary of what I did wrong. Like they sort of pussyfooted around when talking to me, made me sign this bullshit letter. I actually regret signing it because it sort of states that I agree. It doesn't really. It was reported that I might have had behaviors consistent with impairment, and I did sign it just to get out, leave and not cause an issue. But I am going to follow up with that because it puts a mark on my resume, which I don't believe I deserve. My uncle's been in Hawaii when this whole ordeal actually happened, so he's sort of. I'm sure he had to sign it off, but he hasn't really gotten all the facts. When I told him my side of the story, he was like, "Wait, what? Like I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, but it's like bridge is already burned, bro. I wouldn't come back unless I got a pay raise, to be quite honest. Uh, and even then, it would be quite awkward. Yeah. So it's all good, bro. Things happen for the best, for the reason. I've had thoughts of shit. Me and my little cousin, who's been working there longer than me, we both. Hey, hey, hey! My dogs, man. Dogs being dogs. Hey! Katara! Kobe! Don't mind them. Katara! Shut up! Let me finish up this video. I'll take you out afterwards. But yeah, man, it just goes to show never get too comfortable. Don't rely on family for handouts and to get you elevated into a place and position you want to be in life. You got to do that work yourself. Ever since school ended and I was a COVID graduation college student, I've been working nonstop, nonstop. My mom's been pushing me to go back to school. I went to school to become a doctor, but I don't know if that's necessarily my path. I've had a lot of thought of becoming potentially a lawyer, and that's sort of what I always wanted to do as a kid. Teachers would always say, "Ah, the way you argue, the way you always have, some another rebuttal for whatever you are talking about. You should be a lawyer." Like they always used to say that growing up, and my grandpa was a lawyer, only one in the family. And at least in my direct family, I shout out my cousin J Boy and Marco. They're doing law. They're doing their thing out in the Philippines. But when it comes to the Wilcom men, 7 kids of Papa, Ralph Lou Wilcom, there's no lawyers from any of his grandkids, and it would be an honor to change that. I know I'm destined for something in this world. Uh, I could have been taken out many, many times. Say that with a smile because it's a beautiful thing to be here on this planet, and you can't take it for granted. I've I've seen close to death in front of me. I've experienced best friends losing at a young age. Never got to really meet any of my grandparents. I had one grandpa that I was able to meet, and thankfully got to actually live with me for a couple of years, or about a year or so. Had some funny memories of that. Uh, Coming home, 5th grade, he's screaming, "Help, help, help." I go in, he's covered in his shit. Oh, God. And I'm like a little ass kid. I call my dad. He's rushing home from work, but he's still in his shit for like a good hour. And I'm just standing there. He's like, "Help me, help me." And I'm just like a little like a 10, 8 year old, 9 year old. I don't even know, 5th grader. Couldn't do shit. But thankful for the times I did have with him. I never really had too many times where he was fully there. He'd forget who I was even when he was living with me. He didn't have Alzheimer's or diagnosed, but his memory, pretty much when my Nona passed, and she passed before my sister was born, which is 4 years before I was born. He was already a mess, like right after that, because he treated her so poorly, and he knew it and he regretted it, and shows alcoholism, substance abuse runs in the family on both sides. I would say, definitely more on my dad's side. My mom doesn't, no substance abuse, but definitely my papa. He was a smoker and he was a drinker. He died of, I believe, liver cancer. And my mom's mom died from lung cancer. She didn't smoke, but she grew up in the Philippines, a lot of pollution, lived with a smoker, a lot of different things. But I don't know, I'm all over the place in this video just because I'm sort of all over the place right now in life. Trying to figure out which way to go. I was asking God for direction earlier this week, and I even told him, shit, protect God, protect my loved ones, protect my family, protect my mom, protect my dad. Even though me and my dad, man, that's a whole nother video. Protect my sister, protect my cousins, protect my friends, protect everybody that I care about. If there's burdens that need to be bestowed upon anyone, put them on my shoulders, and I will persevere because I know you give me the strength to do so. And it gives me chills saying this. I got my cross from my grandma, and I got my Kenny pendant, my best friend. I know whenever I'm wearing this, I'm protected. Um, like I said, I've been in numerous situations where I should not be here, whether it's a shootout, car accidents, um, shit, getting held at gunpoint. Like, yeah, life could be crazy, but it also is beautiful, and I've been blessed to see a lot of the beautifulness in this world. I know I could thank my parents for that, allowing me to travel and see this world. As you can see behind me, that's Italy. That's, I think, Cabo San Lucas or Cancun, and that's just two places out of many places I've been to in this life. So you gotta smile through pain sometimes. You gotta see the beauty in the ugly, the beautifulness in the ugly, and just look at the bright side of things. I know working where I was, I did see a future and I was hopeful, but I also did see the other side, and I could see how shit health's deteriorating for the bosses. They wanted to be a legacy company, but I wouldn't blame them. Sell that shit and make your millions and get off. You feel me? Same with my uncle that's also running the show now. Like, he's about to retire. He's not doing it for the money. He's set. He's good. He was doing it to help out. But it does still hurt. And I hope it doesn't bring a divide or a type of hate or, you know, just something that's weird that shouldn't be there when it already is a little weird. That has nothing to do with me, but I don't want to add to it. Feel like I'm on this earth to bring people together. That's why I do sort of want to go into law school. It could be a good segue into politics. I think the political system is fucked right now, absolutely fucked. Everybody's on so opposite polarized ends. There's no more common sense. We can't come to middle grounds. Um, the people controlling everything are fucking raping children, drinking their blood, all this crazy ass shit that's been talked about for a long time. It's coming to the fucking light now, and people are sort of desensitized to it because it's been talked about, and people just move on with their lives. I don't want to live in a world where, you know, my kids got to deal with that times 10. AI take over, completely against AI. Not only is it a waste of resources, it is making many jobs obsolete, changing people's lives. If not this generation, the next generation for sure. We are too reliant on fast, twitchy fucking TikToks and all this bullshit. This is 16 minutes. I guarantee you, 3 people probably watch this entire video. Most people probably get off within the first minute. YouTube itself is sort of losing itself as a platform for long stream videos. It's all TikTok fucking type algorithm, and when I go on my app, I only see fucking shorts, and then the few videos I find are fucking ass. So this isn't on accident. This is purposefully done. I believe it's to sort of backtrack society, get us to a point where we're dependent on these robots and on the government to the point where we are gonna be enslaved almost, whether it's literally or mentally, financially. We already are in many aspects. And here I am saying this with a gold on my neck in a 2-story house, living in a wealthy neighborhood. But the fact that, you know, I got fired right now. I don't got much money in my bank. If I didn't have my family here, I'd be on the street just like the homeless dude I saw earlier today. And to put things in perspective, um, you'd like to think people are out there looking out for you, especially when you are family and you got loved ones, but people can be two-faced. I would like to say I move with genuine motives and genuine, you know, feeling. Like, if I don't fuck with something, I'm gonna let it be known. And if I do fuck with something, I'm gonna let it be known. I'm not the type to fake my way through some shit. And that's honestly hurt me in many aspects. Cause, you know, you gotta be fake in this world because it's full of fake. But shit, in a world full of fake, I'd rather be real and crazy than fake and just fucking a robot. So, I don't know. A lot of shit's going on, definitely. 2026 shall be interesting. It started off with a nice little kick, a nice little twist, a nice little, you know, little zestiness. I mean, there's somebody trying to do insurance fraud on me with a car, saying I rear-ended her. Meanwhile, my car is completely untouched. There's no, and it's an SUV that she's saying I rear-ended her, and I have a Toyota Corolla and it's red, bro. There's gonna be some paint scratches at least, if not a dent. The bumper on the left has been falling off since like 2018, and it didn't fall off. So obviously I ain't hit you, bitch. I probably maneuvered around you, and somebody else had hit you, and you might have thought it was me because she took pictures of me at a red light, and I'm like, bitch, if I did a fucking hit and run, why the fuck would I stop at a red light? Come on now, let's be honest now. Like, you're not stopping at a red light if you're doing a hit and run. Um, yeah, shit's crazy. Got fired by my uncle. Not really by my uncle, by my manager, who also happens to be, you know, plays for the other side too. And he got the dude the job in Hawaii, and they had shit. There was one night there was $100 spent or $80 spent on DoorDash on Taco Bell about 2 a.m. in the morning when he was the only one there in the Hawaii apartment. And then the same dude got a job. Well, I don't know, it was the same dude, but I could only assume you you're not just giving jobs out to someone you don't have a connection with, and yeah, that's already a conflict of interest. And they live in the apartment of our actual my old job's building. So I don't know what goes on after hours. I'm not making any accusations, but yeah, it's not. It doesn't take an idiot, you know. And he's shown me some true colors many times, and I still gave him benefit of the doubt. Try to trust him as much as I could, as he was my manager, and we had to work together as a team. But goes to show, motherfuckers will use their power, their influence, and will try to stop people that are gaining their own. You know, shit. Shout out Charlie Kirk. Shout out MLK. Shout out motherfucking Dr. Sebi. Like it's on all platforms, whether you're right or left. People that have fucking influence, they take them out. People that are starting to gain traction, they take them out when they have the right idea and the right motive, and they're not doing it out of greed and hate and division. They're doing it out of connection, love, genuineness, and trying to really make an impact on the fucking world. And that's how I feel sometimes. Like, you know, my mom, like, doctor, lawyer, and that's all good. But at the end of the day, I want to make a good impact on this world, and I know I can do it. I've always brought my friend groups and cousins together. Shit, my I've said it before. I have like a rainbow group of friends, like black, Mexican, fucking Asian, Indian, Middle Eastern. Like damn near, I'm the whitest of them all, and I still got some white friends like KC and you know, but shit, Cambodian, Laos, fucking Filipinos, fucking Salvadorians, fucking Peruvians, fucking Mexicans, fucking blacks. Like, dude, like my best friends, fourth grade, Patrick Moore, Emu Moore, fucking proud as fuck of that man, bro. He has two kids, two beautiful children. I'm not gonna say their names, but man, seeing them the other week was awesome. I've known Pat since fourth grade, and we still solid as a rock. You know, Malik, fifth grade, solid as a fucking rock. That's my brother till the day I die. David, shit, me and David, you know, fifth grade too. We've started with them WWE days. I remember like it was yesterday. We were putting chairs back for like or helping put chairs out for like a recital. And me and Patrick were in our class, and Malik and David were in their class. We all showed up. And me and Patrick started doing some WWE shit, and then David came in. He's like WWE. Started talking about Undertaker. The motherfucker finessed me with a $20 Undertaker, but shit, that's my boy. He just had his first baby girl. Congratulations to him. I thought it was gonna be the day baby shower, but I guess it wasn't. But I am gonna come see her definitely soon. That's my little niece. Got a lot of little nieces and nephews, and I'm trying to build myself up. That way I can give them some cousins, you know, because I'm the only one with the Rowell last name. It's been cursed in many ways. I can't lie to you, but I have hope for the next generation. I have hope for what I can instill in them, to the youth, and I have hope for myself. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. You know, some of the greatest success stories in life, there comes a point where no one believes in that person. Everybody shuns them. Everybody tries to berate them and put them down and make them less of themselves. But they rise from the ashes just like a phoenix, bro. Spread the fucking wings and fly, bro. You just got to have that resilience, and we all got it in us. We all got God in us. You just got to tap into that. Whether it's in, and don't let the division of religion fucking steer away from the fact that all these religions work hand in hand. You think one person can do everything? You're crazy. I'm born Catholic, raised Catholic, but that doesn't mean I don't think fucking Allah's working hand in hand with Jesus Christ. And at the same time, they're the same entity in some ways. And I think people, it's almost like going to a different country and having a conversation. It's going to sound different. It's going to be worded different. It's going to be interpreted different, but it's still the same shit. Sounds a little different, looks a little different. You might not necessarily like it because it's not what you know, but it's the same fucking message. That's what I see with a lot of religions. At the end of the day, almost all religions is peace, love, treat one another how you would want to be treated. And I feel like religion has taken a toll and used in completely different ways. And I think my mom's about to take the call. I don't want to get disconnected through Bluetooth. I'm going to call it a video on this one. We're going to start getting deeper and deeper into stuff because I don't have a job to worry about. I think the Jews are behind the media, and they, when I say Jews, I'm not saying all Jewish people. I'm saying an elite group of Israelites that have been sort of the fucking powerhouse since the beginning of the 1900s. There's a reason Hitler tried to take them out. I'm not saying he was right. I'm not saying it was just, but I believe that we have been told many lies, a lot of propaganda. I mean, Robert Patton even says he felt like we were fighting on the wrong side. Um, how is it that less than 1% of the population of this world controls like 99% of the wealth or 90% of the wealth? And I think majority of those guys are juice box. So shout out Juice World. Um, yeah, shit is not as it seems. You know, it was a Waverly Place. Everything is not as it seems. That's some real fucking shit. Dude. But yeah, man. Shit's crazy. We're living in times where ICE agents are fucking ripping families apart. And as someone who voted for Trump, I can say I definitely fucking regret it. Even got this Donald T. Trump fucking shit right there. But it shows him as like a bastard, Donald T. Rich. And thing is, it's like they did it on purpose, bro. Trump won both his presidencies against women, and his second presidency against a black woman who was fucking thrust in as the nominee without any actual voting done for her. You know, like she didn't get elected; she was just given that nominee. And I had my own gripes with her as she took away my father's medical license here in the state of California, Bay Area. So fuck Kamala Harris. Uh, but that's the issue we're at. We have two fucking horrible options every single time. And even Obama, bro. I loved Obama. Hope not hate. Obama '08. But damn, bro, Obama was probably on the same fucking shit. It just they paint it as in a picture that we want to see it, and yeah, it made people love each other a little bit more connection. Trump uses division, but it's all the same shit, dude. It's all brainwashing, while they're fucking working us like slaves, taking out all our money from taxes, using it to fund fucking child pedophilia rings, fucking all this fucking corruption going on, whether it's the Somalian daycares to the fucking homelessness in California. Fucking bro, if Gavin Newsom and JD Vance are the two fucking politicians running for this next election, I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna do. Um, that being said, I'm gonna start fucking taking action. I'm gonna continue with these videos, get more and deeper into what I believe in conspiracy wise. I'm gonna start hitting the LSAT, try to get fucking ready for law school, bro. Try to apply again somewhere, bro. Shit, then I can maybe, do some shit as a lawyer, maybe potentially run as a city councilman. You build your way up. Next thing you know, bro, if you preach the real fucking message and your real truth, and you don't hide from all the bullshit because you don't got skeletons, and the skeletons I got are nothing compared to the skeletons these motherfuckers got, and they hide them. I put that shit on Front Street, and I think the people will respect that more, and I know they would, and I have hope in humanity that it would happen. Whether it's me, whether it's someone else that's gonna do it, someone's got to have us come together. Fuck this party bullshit. Fuck the left versus the right, bro. We're all human beings. We all got some morality to us. I'd like to think. Then again, I've been shown numerous times that we aren't, and we all don't think the same. But I think we could come. on close enough grounds where we could at least coexist happily, peacefully, and get some fucking progress done. Because I could tell you, growing up in America, born in '99, I mean, shit, the child just, for instance, the mall, that's just closed down, bro. You know why? AI, Amazon, all this automated shit. There was nothing like going to the mall on Christmas, seeing all the sparkling lights, all the Christmas carolers, Santa in the middle, all this decorations. Even the last 10 years, they don't feel like they don't do that as much. They still do it, but it's not as bright, it's not as vibrant, it's not as warm. And it's almost like it's just like the government and society, the higher powers, whoever it is trying to dole down life for us, trying to make it so it's the norm. Like the Pixies and fucking Fairly Odd Parents, they have taken over, bro. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I know I said I was gonna leave it at that 5 minutes ago. I had to do a little spiel, but shit, we're gonna do more and more of this. I'm gonna be active. I'm gonna be streaming. I'm gonna be doing talks with Dab. I'm gonna try to post my Marina videos, even if they're choppy and fucked up. Super Bowl Sunday is tomorrow. I might go out to San Jose today and tomorrow. We'll see. I'm gonna see what's up. But it's your boy Dab. Always looking out. Always with love. Pete, one love. My boy, shout out my boy Juan Ho. What is it? Stay uh, stay blessed. Love you. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Love you. Something like that. And that is what we're gonna leave it at. Dabby Zach out this bitch. Shout out to my loved ones that have passed and watched over me every step of the fucking way, because I definitely need it. And all y'all out there, you got someone, whether it's here on earth or up above, they watching over you. You gotta hone into that, and you gotta appreciate that.